Our final introduction is being made by Luz Caro Palisi. Much like her dear friend, Luz embodies the spirit of a passionate and captivating entrepreneur.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you Distinguished Alumni Honoree Jacqueline Ruiz. She wholeheartedly believes that landing on your dreams is mandatory. This two-time cancer survivor lives every day of her life with her mission to inspire, motivate, and elevate all women that cross her path. She was born in Mexico City, a little girl with big dreams. At the age of 13, she comes to the U.S., the land of amazing opportunities. Fast forward a little over 3 decades, this beautiful, bright-eyed young entrepreneur has 2 successful award-winning companies, 2 nonprofit organizations, over 32 books filled with innovation and vision with the largest collection of Latina stories in the world. She has made presentations across 4 continents, including icons such as Dr. Sanjeev Chopra and producer Rick Najera. I can go on for hours regarding Jacqueline. This amazing woman not only helps the young Latinas with her Fig Factor Foundation, she also helps older ones like me. 8 years ago, I was a shy 45-year-old with glossophobia. That's the fear of public speaking. And look at me now. Thanks to this loving, inspiring, energetic servant leader that believed in me. Jacqueline is such a generous, amazing soul. Everyone that comes in her way, she helps in one way or another. She can go drive fast cars. She can fly small airplanes. She'll still take that moment to send you that message knowing that you were in need of. So let's welcome this beautiful, amazing young lady with her words, taking off is optional, but landing on your dreams is mandatory. Help me welcome Jacqueline Ruiz.
There I was at Northwestern Hospital right before graduating College of DuPage. I was connected to every tube you can think of. I hear the words, "Doctor, she's awake." And the doctor proceeds to come into the room to say, "You're lucky to be alive." I didn't know what he was referring to. But he proceeded to tell me that I might die in the next 2 weeks, or be fed out of a tube for the rest of my life. You see, this was the second time that I had heard the word cancer at just the age of 23. And I clearly remember that when he said those words, I said, my biggest dream had been to be an entrepreneur in the land of dreams. I don't have time to die. Plus, I can't be fed out of a tube for the rest of my life because I love tacos, right? So in my spirit, I looked at him and I said, "Doctor, I just have one question." He said to me, "Sure. May I please leave Northwestern on Thursday between 8:30 and 8:45 because I have finals at College of DuPage and I'm graduating with honors." A few days later, I showed up to campus with a long jacket. You see, they had completely reconstructed my digestive system. I was born with a rare condition that happens in 1 out of 150,000 people in this part of the world. So they had to get rid of my gallbladder, bile ducts, cut the intestine in half, and connect it to the liver. Therefore, for the next 2 weeks, I had a tube with a bag that was gonna determine if I was gonna live or not. I wore a long jacket, and I decided not to burden anybody with the fact I was battling for my life, because to me, that wasn't even a choice. I had just started my company with a laptop that my boyfriend had given me. We had gotten married very young, and I had a 5-month-old baby, a brand new business. This is my chance. Came in, did my finals, graduated with honors. And even though my pathway of entrepreneurship, my desire, my yearning was to go to college, get my bachelor's, get my master's, get my PhD. I'm such a nerd. I love learning. Therefore, I've taken German, Japanese, become a pilot, because I always love to learn. But life took me a different direction. I started experiencing success as an entrepreneur. And even though a lot of people saw me as this fiery Latina with lots of ideas, but I had a lot of power to land on those ideas. And that was the perfect combination for the world of marketing. My professor, Sonny, right here from College of DuPage, would become one of my biggest mentors, guiding me to go to the SCORE office here at College of DuPage so that I can get my QuickBooks app to get started on creating invoices. Not too long ago, I was invited to participate at a scaling program for Latino entrepreneurs at Stanford University. There was a little catch. I needed to be a $1 million company. And I still remember that I was shy of $1 million. I applied to the program, and they told me a resounding no. Of course, not giving up, I found one of the professors, one of the esteemed professors at Stanford University on LinkedIn. I reached out and I said, could you give me a chance? I'm $120,000 shy of $1 million. I've built this on my own. Give me an opportunity. He said, you have an amazing story. Your story is incredible. I'm inspired. But this program is about economic impact. Part of me, like my fellow distinguished alumni, I was upset. I said, I have spent my life sharing stories, elevating stories, publishing books, 33 of my own. It cannot be possible that stories don't matter. So I said, what if I can combine the two? I worked really hard that May through November. And by then, I had accomplished the $1 million goal. Thank you. Of course, being an overachiever, I said I need to go beyond that. So I still had December left, and I closed the year at $1.1 million. I became the first one to apply in the program, and after 13 weeks, I wish there were 50 weeks because I love learning, I became the speaker, the representative for 77 multi-million-dollar Latino entrepreneurs to, guess what, share my story on stage at Stanford. So when you think you can't, and when you think you're not able to do that, and you cannot become the 1.6% of Latina and women-owned businesses in the United States with over $1 million, or whatever your path takes you, I just want to remind you that sometimes you choose a mission, and sometimes the mission chooses you. And recently, I did one of the craziest things, much like our beautiful presenter. I turned 40 years old earlier this year, and I decided that I was going to celebrate in the way that would be the craziest way, and decided to pack my airplane with 400 teddy bears and fly across the United States to 4 states that had significant presence in the aviation world to deliver 400 teddy bears to kids across the United States. I flew 1,347 nautical miles, the equivalent of 10 hours of flight. And when I landed, I was exhausted, but my heart was completely filled with happiness and joy. You see, I think that life is measured in micro moments of happiness. And moments like this become the macro moments, which are the result of the compound effect of everything you do day in and day out. So if you're having a moment, if you're thinking that you can't, if you're thinking that you're never going to achieve your dream, I want to remind you that you are being noticed, that your story is being noticed. And the only way that you can encapsulate and create a beautiful legacy is by sharing it. So I want to encourage you today to remember that taking off is optional and landing on your dreams is mandatory. Thank you.